I tried therapy and medication for my anxiety for years, and it wasn't until I discovered this one thing that it made all the difference. My marriage was suffering because I was constantly irritable and fatigued. If you've ever felt like you weren't showing up as your best self, but you don't know why, I want to tell you that you're not alone. I was told that it was all in my head for years. I knew something was wrong with my body, and I couldn't get the doctors to listen. I want you to know that every person can transform their mental health by investigating the mind-body connection. The medical community often treats mental and physical health as two separate things, but they are deeply interconnected. Many people suffer from anxiety, brain fog, fatigue, gut problems, and relationship difficulties when they may be experiencing something physical beyond the surface. Healing starts with addressing the whole person and not just the symptoms. Today, I'm sharing the shocking discovery that transformed not just my health, but saved my marriage. And it all started with understanding the powerful connection between the mind and the body. Welcome to today's episode where we're going to talk about how to create healthier, more fulfilling relationships by addressing the relationship you have with yourself first. If you're new here, I'm Erin. Hit subscribe, like, and follow the show so you never miss an episode. And if today's topic resonates with you, be sure to sign up. Be sure to sign up for my free masterclass called From Overthinking to Overflowing in Love, where I'll show you how to transform your relationship in under 45 minutes. The link is in the show notes. Let me take you back to 2019 when I was at one of the lowest points physically I've ever been in my entire life. On paper, my life looked perfect. I had a great career, loving husband, beautiful home, but inside I was crumbling. I woke up every morning with stomach pain so severe I'd curl into a ball. I'd question, how can I make it to work today? The joint pain and simple tasks was excruciating. And the brain fog was like trying to think through thick mud. But the worst part was the constant nagging doubts about my relationship. I look at my husband and think, how do I know he loves me? What if he doesn't love me? Is there something wrong with us? These thoughts were persistent, intrusive, and exhausting. I sought help from therapists, from friends. I did all sorts of remedies, and everywhere I went, the doctors kept telling me, it's all in your head. Blood work after blood work after blood work. It was, oh, it's stress. Or maybe you'd be better off if you didn't have all of these responsibilities. But y'all remember, we're high-achieving women here. To tell me to slow down, to take things off my plate, really went against who I felt like I was on the inside. After years of doctor's visits and dismissals, finally, in July 2020, I've got my answer. It was celiac disease. This is an autoimmune condition where eating gluten triggers an immune response that damages the small intestines and prevents nutrient absorption. This news was devastating, but also liberating. It felt very crushing at the time to hear the news that I had celiac disease and I can never eat gluten again. And gluten is wheat, barley, and rye. So I'm thinking no more Chick-fil-A sandwiches, no more birthday cake. But within just 1 year of being gluten-free, the transformation was nothing short of miraculous. I'm bringing this up today because May is Mental Health Awareness Month as well as Celiac Disease Awareness Month. After that 1 year, the constant stomach aches, gone. The headaches, gone. Fatigue disappeared. Everything was replaced with energy, joy, gratitude that I hadn't felt in years. And what was also surprising is that my mental clarity returned. The anxiety decreased dramatically, and those relationship doubts that had plagued me for years, they faded away. I remember sitting with my husband and thinking, I've got my life back. I've got my marriage back. And that's another realization about how much undiagnosed conditions could be going on that are affecting your health, as well as your connection with your partner. And here's what happens between the gut-brain connection. Scientists call it the gut-brain axis as if it's a communication system between your central nervous system and your digestive tract. And what's fascinating, your gut contains more than 100 million nerve cells, which is more than in your spinal cord. Scientists often call your gut as the second brain. And what's even more surprising, about 90% of serotonin, which is that neurotransmitter in your brain that is associated with feeling good, feeling happy. 90% of that serotonin is produced in your gut, not in your brain. So this isn't just about celiac disease. Research increasingly shows that other food sensitivities, gut infections, and imbalances in gut bacteria can all impact mental health through the same gut-brain connection. Now, let's talk about how this affects your relationships. When you're experiencing chronic inflammation, nutrient deficiencies, and hormonal imbalances from these gut issues, it impacts every aspect of your being. Your energy levels plummet, leaving you little reserve for quality time with your partner. The brain fog makes it difficult to be present and engaged in conversations. And y'all, the mood swings and irritability create tension and conflict. Physical discomfort makes intimacy challenging. And of course, the anxiety and the depression can lead to withdrawal and disconnection. Because if we're not making that serotonin, we're more likely to experience anxiety and depression. Even celebrities aren't immune to these challenges. Zooey Deschanel, the actress known for her quirky roles in New Girl and 500 Days of Summer, she was open about her struggles with celiac disease and multiple food sensitivities. Before her diagnosis, she experienced not only physical symptoms, but also mood fluctuations and energy issues that affected her work and personal relationships. After identifying her triggers and changing her diet, she reported feeling much more balanced emotionally and mentally. This isn't to say that all relationship issues are related to gut health issues, but it definitely is something to consider if you felt like something is being overlooked and you know that life could be better. So while it may not be celiac for you, it could be another food sensitivity impacting your mental health. And the way you can discover the food sensitivity, you can talk with your doctor, but an elimination diet can help you in determining and pinpoint which specific food is causing you to feel unwell. And again, you can talk with your doctor about the elimination diet, because essentially with the elimination diet, you eat clean for 3 weeks, which is going to help you feel amazing anyway, but you're talking like fresh foods, veggies, and fruit, and you're eliminating all of those trigger foods. And then by week 3, you introduce one trigger food at a time across a couple of days. So it takes serious commitment, serious food prep and planning, but it is so worth it. If you or someone you know is dealing with celiac disease, send them my love, send them this episode, because you can't help it. But there is a way to feel better, and undiagnosed celiac disease, as well as other gut issues, they can manifest as anxiety, joint pain, brain fog, and energy problems. The gut-brain connection is such a powerful communication system that it affects your mood, it affects your thoughts, and your emotions. Healing can lead to significant improvements in mental clarity and relationship satisfaction. If this episode gave you a new perspective on your health journey, please let me know by liking it below, subscribing, and sharing it with anyone who might be struggling. Don't forget to register for my free masterclass that's coming up first Thursday of the month. It's only limited to 10 women so that we can create that personalized Q&A. So sign up now so you can secure your spot, because again, it's only limited to 10 women. And that free masterclass is called From Overthinking to Overflowing in Love, where I'll show you how to transform your relationship in under 45 minutes. The link is in the show notes. And come back next week where I'm going to be talking about the love languages and OCD. All right, y'all, have a great weekend and stay blessed by the best.